Let's start this.
Guys, hello, how are you guys doing? So I've been doing a whole lot of labbing, and this took a long time, and I'm not even done. There may be a part two with Zafina and Heihachi, because it's just a lot of evasive stuff going on and new stances I have to go over. I mean, you know, new mechanics, and also, like I said before I get into it, please stop complaining, you guys. You know, what they're doing with the, you know, balance patches, they're taking away a lot of legacy mechanics. I just told you in my previous video that Nina got hit with a nerf that's been here for over 10 years. That's a legacy mechanic, and I'm a Nina main, so I care about it. I'm going to talk about it. You guys keep complaining, and they're going to take, you know, it's going to cause other characters that have similar tech to be nerfed. You guys, you know, you need to keep this in mind, that when you talk about a character, it affects the rest of the cast. So if you guys don't want tech traps and cool things, you guys keep complaining, and we're going to take everything very well, all right? So let's get into this Evasion right here, because I believe this is one of Heihachi's polarizing matchups. So let's go into this. So basically, Zafina can dodge, go under Heihachi, a lot of Heihachi's mids, as I said before with her Evasion. So, for example, as long as you're plus or minus 0, see that? That's 1. That's 2. So he's using his DF1, his generic DF1, which makes your mixes very threatening, okay? And so Heihachi is going to have to be on guard in this matchup, because if he chooses wrong, you know, or doesn't choose the right option, which I'm going to go over here, I mean, you know, go over with you guys, he's going to be in trouble. So let's go throughout the options here. I got to move quickly because there's a whole lot of options. So let's look at his DF2. Same thing. And so this introduction here, we've never really had. This move here, I do believe this has been buffed, Scarecrow DF4, because in certain matchups, she can go over their generic DF1. This is very good, okay, because it also high crushes, right? But in this matchup and a few others, it does a mid crush consistently, right? That's dangerous, very dangerous. And as long as you're minus 0, okay? So he's already on guard. It's already looking kind of crazy for Heihachi. He's gonna have to use some faster mids to check. So let's go into some other options here. Okay, same thing with his B4, right? Yeah. See what I'm talking about? So, and you have, mind you can always check him with your 10 frame jab here. So if he doesn't choose anything faster than 10, you know, use a low or certain mids, he's going to get beat out by this jab here in Scarecrow, right? That makes the threat of your Scarecrow 1+2 way more threatening, because you can go under his generic mids, right? Let's go into some other options here. Okay, so this is the mid that to check Zafina mains. If you're a Heihachi main, pay attention. So when I transition to Scarecrow, and I love to cancel, mind you, I am not going to sit up here and spam evasive stuff with you at the high level. Oh no. What I'm going to do, baby, I'm going to cancel and watch you, and then punish you. Because quite frankly, I don't need to crush everything in the neutral. I'm a defensive player, right? I like to hold back, and I like to move around, you know, and throw out mixes and just watch how you respond. Then when you get frustrated, then I start being a little bit disrespectful, right? So this mid here is 1+2 is the mid, right, that he's going to check you with. However, remember I told you, on block at minus 0, Scarecrow 1 is 10 frames. So, Chow, yeah, you're just essentially giving me my turn back, because I'm going to cancel on your ass. You're not, and that's why, like, if you're a Zafina player, you need to be consistent and concise in your mixes. Like, just always try to cancel as much as possible to see how deep their understanding is of the Zafina matchup, right? If they're constantly pressing and Scarecrow, they don't know shit, and you can just power crush them, you know, and do what you need to do, or use your evasive crushes like I told you. But this is the mid that they're gonna have to check you if you're, you know, if they find that you're crushing and stuff, because you can't really do this, right? If you're trying to crush, his 1+2 will check you, right? Also, he has a generic D4, okay? Now, let me show you something else. A lot of Zafina players, make sure you can't, this is why I tell you about canceling, and also Scarecrow 3 and 4, very, it's a low crush, right? In your airborne, it cannot be reversed, right? However, it does crush lows. See that? So when he catches on, you need to be using this. And if you don't, just parry it. Because the thing is, I like to cancel all my stances. I'm like, you know, get into a habit of canceling as much as possible, right? Because at the high level, you're playing, you know, Tekken gods and Supremes and destruction level people. They're going to catch on very quickly. This is mainly for just so you can have it in your back pocket when Heihachi gets too comfortable, right? Yeah, so keep that in mind. Something else. So when he's using his reversal, okay, let me put him on hit here. Okay, so Heihachi, you can interrupt his reversals with 10-frame jabs as long as you're +7 or 8 or more. So if you're +7 or more, you can interrupt his reverse with a 10-frame jab. So, right now, if you don't do that, here's what happens, and that's a guarantee. There's nothing you can do about that. So now your mid, this move here counteracts all reversals. You need to use this, okay? That's what this move is for. Just some Zafina reminders. This is some basic tips. You're fighting Asuka players and people that like to parry. Throw this out in the matchup, okay? Same thing with, where is it? Because we have a lot of stuff to discuss, y'all, okay? This move here. Okay, see how I interrupted that? So let me show you what it looks like. It's his up back 2, right? Okay, so let's see. See that? No. So what and it's a high. So even if he, like, let's just say you see that, so he's gonna get high crush anyway, right? But just keep this in mind. Remember to throw out your DF1 and Scarecrow, okay, and use all of your, you know, reversals from all of your I mean, not reversals, but your unblockables, and also, you know, just really fast. Let's just say he, you know, tries to use any of his parries here. That can't be reversed, right? Very good move, and I will talk about this later. And this can't be reversed either. Okay. Okay. Remember this. Okay. Yeah. So going into what is this? No, I already covered that. Sorry. Okay. So his DF 4 here. Same thing with the evasion. Let me put him back on block. Okay. Right, so it's the same thing. He's using his mids, and he's like, damn, I'm literally relegated to 1+2 and my generic D4. Oh, and, you know, it's kind of one of them things where you're going to have to really pay attention to the matchup. Where is it? I forgot to cover something. No. Very important. Where is it? Where's that down forward? Okay. Okay, I forgot to mention something here. So, remember this move here. When Heihachi is in full crouch at -3 to -4 or -0 to 4, watch out for his while standing 2. This is a very evasive ass move here. So let me show you why. See that? And Zafina's DF1 is one of the best in the game. It hits very low. See that? So what you're going to do is this. When he's in full crouch, he's either going to go for his full crouch DF4 or his while setting 2, right? And it's safe to bypass your mid. So what you do is, because of her evasion, check this out. See that? You can go under it. Right? Also, that move tracks to her best side. This move, it tracks in the direction of 1+2. So, right, let's just say you're in Scarecrow. Right? Make sure you check his ass because Heihachi mains love to do this. Also, forward 3 also works and tracks to that direction also. Yeah, just putting that out there, okay? Yeah, so let's go into some other stuff, other mechanics. Okay, so as I said, her evasion never really stops, right? So, these jabs, you have moves to crush jabs, okay? The first one is DF2, right? This move here, very evasive, crushes highs. You do not have to tolerate everyone's jab pressure, okay? Right? That's the first one. Just going over the basics because you guys need to know this. The next one is DF 2+3, right? Keep this in mind. Do not let Heihachi or any other character that's pressing you with highs. This is a very good move. It's high tracking. I mean, it's a tracking, high crushing move, right? And you could use it to bypass, Mishima's electrics, and it's a very good approach tool too. And it looks like this move here, right? This move is also crushing highs, right? Okay. Now, check this out. Hold on. Now, another move that I mentioned before in previous guides, I said that F1+2 is also a high crush. Right? Very good. Right? Okay, keep this in mind. Remember all of your evasion. Okay? Now, this is where it gets interesting. So, Heihachi's forward 4 can also be crushed with D3, I believe. Right, yeah. On block. Right, okay. You see what I'm talking about? And your DF down back 4 crushes it too. It's DF2. Now on block, your while standing 1+2 also crushes. See that? However, your while standing 2 does not in this matchup. This is on hit, y'all, and then yeah. And your full crouch DB3. I mean F4-3. Okay, so now you see that the mind games with Heihachi, he's gonna have to play very safe with Zafina. Right, I'm just giving you all of the evasive options here, which I may even have to make a part 2 with him. I'm still kind of labbing. Like, mind you, I work full time, so I don't always have the time to spend hours in the lab. I'm actually at work a lot, and so it's hard for me to dedicate all this time. I'm just going over some of these things with you at the basic level, just so we all know what's going on. Now, check this out. Now, none of your evasive moves really work with DF1 after forward 4, okay? However, that move up forward 4, you can sidestep to your right and crush it. Remember that I told you about sidestep DB4 and how it's evasive and increases the evasion in the Lydia matchup? Remember that? Okay. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So you can actually crush his tracking move. See that? So you can option select by sidestepping to the right. You understand what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Now for this one, his up 4 3-4, you can actually crush his follow-ups. Like with Zafina's evasion, you really have to be careful because it's very specific, right? So anytime you're like -3 and -2, I'd say is a good time to try and use your crushing abilities. If you're -4 to -5, you're going to take some risks, okay? You might get hit. So your DB4 crushes both options, I believe. See that? And that's for his DF1 and 2. However, if you try to use DB down 3, it won't work. See? Yeah. So you have to be careful what you're doing. You can't just spam evasive moves with Zafina. You have to be intelligent and know every character's moves in the matchup to know when to use these properties. You understand what I'm telling you? It's very important that you guys, when you're trying to use other examples outside of the ones I show you, make sure you're being specific and doing exactly what I'm doing. You can't just spam D3 and DB4 and think you're going to crush things, right? You have to know what's in the matchup, okay? Now in this one, when he's in heat, both moves can crush any of his DF1 and 2, right? Right. So see, so when he's in heat, keep that in mind. You see how it just it worked on one move and it didn't the other, where D3 didn't crush, but now in the next move it was able to crush both options. That's what I'm talking about. Knowing every, like, you're not going to get better with Zafina until you know every single matchup in this game. I know what you don't want to hear that, but Zafina is an advanced character because she has Oki, and her evasion changes with each and every matchup. So you really have to be patient with her and know how her evasion works. You understand? So moving on, approaching towards the end here. So he has a fully charged mid here. Now you could always sidestep, right, to either side. I prefer to the right, I mean to the left, because of how, you know, you get behind him and you can punish him. Right? Right. However, if you're in a bind at the wall, can crush him with D3. But it is kind of hard to do. You got to time it, wait for the you know, the sign that he's going to do it, because you can actually, if you don't get the timing right, you can still get hit by it anyway, right? So practice that, just in case you're at the wall and you can't sidestep. Check him, right? Now, lastly, his 11 frame Punisher. Right? Your while standing 1-2 crushes all options. I mean, his, you know, it crushes his DF1 and his DF2. And your wall standing 2 for his 2-2 punish. Right? Right, so he's actually doing his DF2 right now. You can crush both of his options with while standing 2 and while standing 2, and also DF3 in full crouch. And you see that down jab he does? Hold on. It also crushes down jabs, okay? You understand what I'm saying? So use these tips I'm showing you, okay? And again, I'm not even done labbing him, really. This is just, you know, some things here that you can use to help you, all right, guys? I will be right back. I just wanted to give you guys all of the options, and God bless and have a nice day. I will see you very shortly.